Welcome back in Boomtown this morning. We are taking a look at a growing industry that's bringing more jobs to Central Ohio. The region is quickly becoming a hub for aerospace innovation.
And as meteorologist Meredith Garfalo shows us, that growth is attracting top talent to the Buckeye State.
Ohio has always been a meaningful place for Cindy Gettig.
So my mom and dad both grew up in the Ohio area. And we would spend summers coming to Ohio to see grandparents, aunts, and uncles.
But her life took her across the country to Colorado and Texas for years before the perfect opportunity brought her back to the Buckeye State.
The opportunities for industries in Ohio is fantastic. You can find wonderful careers, but also you do have this balance of a great Midwestern life, of being able to get out into the parks, and you don't have the same crowds that you would in larger cities.
Gettig is not alone. She is one of numerous professionals that came to Ohio for nearly 5,000 aerospace jobs available, as 2025 was a significant year for growth with companies in the aerospace and defense industries.
To build them here. So the next generation of aerospace and defense is not only going to have the requirements set here, but they'll be built here. Their supply chains will be built here. And it's amazing because of the $3 trillion plus industry.
According to Jobs Ohio, in addition to creating jobs, companies also invested hundreds of millions of dollars, adding a huge boost to the state's economy.
It's an interesting dynamic because Ohio's always had an incredible heritage with the aerospace industry. People in Ohio value service, so they've always valued military and federal. And dating back to the Wright brothers, we've had a very strong role, leading role in advanced aerospace and defense. So it's an exciting time.
Attracting major game players, including Sierra Nevada, Anduril, Joby Aviation, Voyager Technologies, and Airbus, all choosing to put roots down and focus on cities in Ohio instead of across the rest of the country.
There's a durability. We're in the beginning of a 30-year project here at Arsenal One, and we knew that we needed a community that was going to build for the long term. Ohio's been investing in workforce and infrastructure for the past decade that we're able to immediately fall in on and run fast with.
And it does not just stop at building the current workforce. With programs like the Vista Science Park anchored at Ohio State University, the momentum is paving the way for generations to come.
We're partnering with the Ohio Department of Education and higher education on experiential learning, career awareness, making sure that young individuals, especially elementary, middle, and high school, understand the career advancement and opportunities here within the state so they don't feel like they have to leave.
Which is exactly what Gettig and her family plan to do.
I think, you take a risk and you land where you're supposed to, and I couldn't be happier that I've landed in Ohio.
In Columbus, Meredith Garfalo, 10 TV News.
Interesting that she used the terminology that she landed in Ohio, considering that she's talking about aerospace jobs. But it's really fascinating that, like we were just saying as we were watching the story, we're like, right. Airbus? So it's like, you get all this different stuff that's happening.
And I think there's going to be a lot more in the next decade as we start to see the International Space Station with some of the hub here at Ohio State and a lot of companies working at the Science Park to do the research and behind the scenes to what we're building in space. It's crazy.